Find out then. Hey, what's up guys, it's Theyo from Theyo Concepts. I'm a professional photographer, graphic and web designer based in Ghana. So if you are interested in tech related products, photography products, then subscribing to this channel will be awesome. Today we are talking about the GoPro Hero 2 and why it has been so long for me to make this review. Now I bought this camera as a used product because of course GoPro stopped producing these years ago. It arrived in this package. It came with not the original box, some stamped foam for protection, and a mini USB connector for the device. And here's how the device looks in its glory. I got some additional accessories for it too, like this clip mount which allows you to mount the GoPro to a strap on your backpack. There's also this protective case as well. This particular one is not waterproof because of the opening on the side, but this way I don't have to take the GoPro out to transfer files each time. Next was the 1/4-inch screw mount that allows you to mount the GoPro on a light stand, the monopod, the tripod, and basically anything with a 1/4-inch thread. And lastly, the necklace magnetic mount thing, cause why not? Now mind you, I'll leave links to this and everything I mentioned in this video in the description below, so be sure to check them out. Now let's talk about the design and build quality of the Hero 2. Just like its predecessor, this little camera is built like a tank. It's compact and lightweight. But in today's standard, this is quite heavy and bulky. And with the included waterproof case, it gets quite uncomfortable sometimes. Speaking of the waterproof case, you can dive with it up to 197 feet or 60 meters without any worry. You would also notice that the lens protrudes quite a lot, but that's a no-brainer. You get one button on the front, the LED screen, and the biggest LED indicator on the device. To the left is the SD card slot and a mini HDMI port. On the right is the microphone port, the mini USB port for charging and file transfer, and a TV out port. The inbuilt microphones and an extra LED indicator are at both the top and bottom, with the top coming with an extra button for selecting modes, taking pictures, as well as start and stop recording. There are no screens on this device for reviewing your footages. And because of that, the only way you know how your photos and videos turn out is getting a computer, plugging it in and reviewing from the computer. Either that or you buy an external screen that attaches to the back, but that is also another money you have to spend. And given the fact that the Hero 2 is already big and chunky, I doubt anyone will be going for that option. It comes with an 1100 mAh battery and it typically lasts for about 45 to 60 minutes. It supports up to 32 gigs of storage at a time. And for some reason, even if you use a 64 gig SD card and insert it into this, the moment it gets to the 32 gig, every other footage or images or videos that come after the 32 gig storage, you can't really play them. They are just media filling up the space and you can't actually use them. For a full 1 hour and 25 minutes or so recording in 1080p 25 frames per second, you would fill up the 32 gigs of storage. And you also have to charge the Hero 2 within sections. The Hero 2 features an 11 megapixel sensor offering high resolution photos compared to a 5 megapixel sensor of the original Hero. But again, in today's standard, it may not be good enough as some of you may think. Now I can pretty imagine that 11 megapixel is quite low for most of you because the iPhone you are using or the smartphone you are using is already having 25 megapixel, 12 megapixel and all of that good stuff. But don't forget, this is an action camera. The GoPro Hero 2 is able to record videos in these modes: 1080p, 30, 25 and 24 frames per second, 960p at 48 frames per second, and 720p at 60 fps. I just leave mine at 1080p 25 frames per second because that gives me the optimum results. And with this setting, I don't get those annoying light flicking in the background, especially in low light. Video quality is impressive outdoors and on clear skies and great lighting. Alright, so this is how it sounds like. As you can tell, the audio quality is quite bad. So I have this lapel microphone. I'm going to connect this and let's figure out the difference. Now you may have noticed that the audio quality is a lot better now because I am using the lapel microphone connected to it, so you can connect external microphones to get better audio. I also say that because today is neatly lit, I don't really have issues with the video quality because the sun is up and I have enough lighting. But in some situations where the lighting is quite poor, it's going to be a little bit grainy. Let me show you. The problem comes around when indoors. The sensor and processors kicked in to brighten up the scenes. So this is me leaving a sunny environment and moving into the dark side. So as you can see, it will start compensating for the bright or harsh background I have. But the moment I move like this, it gets a lot better because now the light is in front of me, so it doesn't have to really struggle so much. Sorry, I'm panting. So as you can tell, this is going to look a lot better as opposed to when I turn around like this. You can set which mode the camera should be in when you turn it on too. My favorite is the one button option, where it requires you to press the power button once and the camera turns on and takes a photo or record the video depending on which default mode it's set. For me, the default mode is set to video, and I also activate the one button option. So I press the power button once, camera turns on and starts recording just like that. So if I want to end the recording, I just press and hold the power button like so. And just like that, the video has stopped recording. Now, if for some reason you don't always want to be in this option, you just have to press the shoot button or the button at the top here, press and hold it down, then it changes into the settings option. Then you can make your changes right there. I'm going to turn this off once again. Another interesting feature of the Hero 2 is its super wide POV shot. And oh, it can also do time lapses too. It basically captures a bunch of photos every 5 seconds and saves them onto the device. Unfortunately, it doesn't stick all the photos together as other high-end action cameras would do. But if you know your way around photo editing and video editing software, you can just grab the photo, put it in your editing software, and you can create high-res time lapses from there. And as you may have guessed, there's no way I'm going to leave my expensive camera or smartphone out in the open to record time lapses. But with this, I can just stick it out somewhere. It's practically invisible. So I got this camera because I wanted to shoot behind the scenes footages of weddings and other events most of the time. But you may have noticed that with my earlier sort of idea of capturing behind the scenes wasn't so ideal because I was using my smartphone. That was when I decided to get an action camera. I noticed a lot of people were doing it and even still do it a lot better than I do, but I just wanted to get in the field, and this felt like the entry camera to just have a feel of how this whole thing is going to be like. So the bottom line is, as long as you are providing value to people and you have very clear audio, your video quality doesn't really matter as much. So if you ask me to recommend any budget action camera, I'll definitely tell you to go for any of the older GoPros or Osmo lying around, because they are still going to give you quite impressive results. I believe these older devices will still give you better performance as opposed to the cheap 4K cameras that they will lure you into purchasing by providing you with a bunch of accessories. Don't fall for that. The cameras are going to be quite bad. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and other channels which I have them linked below. And as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Theyo Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.